Morning. This is Pastor Ray Frank, Syracuse Wesleyan Church, and today is Monday, February 26th. We're almost through with the month of February. Actually, we have an extra day this month. Well, I trust that you have a little bit of understanding of how valuable your faith is. Last Sunday, I continued our study in 1 Peter that we're doing, and I talked about that one of the things God's used for our benefits out of trials and suffering is that it purifies and tests our faith. Peter said in chapter 1, verse 6 and part of 7, "In all of this you greatly rejoice, though now for a little while you may have had to suffer grief in all kinds of trials. These have come so that the proven genuineness of your faith of greater worth than gold." And he goes on and says how precious our faith is. Have you ever given much thought to how much your faith is worth? Peter states that it's more valuable than gold. Now that's, probably in his day and pretty much in our day, gold is one of the standards of wealth. Some of the more cynical listening to this may be saying, yeah, but how much gold? Well, as of yesterday afternoon, the price of gold was $2,045.80 per ounce for pure gold. So that means if you had a little more than 30 pounds of gold, you'd have $1 million. How about it? Would you give up your faith for a bag of gold? Well, what makes faith so valuable? After all, it's a free gift given to all men by God himself. So what makes it so valuable? Well, one of the things you can try to evaluate or to figure out a value for something is how much it costs. What does it take to produce it? Well, it cost heaven, it cost God the Father heaven's greatest treasure, Jesus, the Son of God. Jesus laid aside his attributes, his power, and he came to live and die on earth an ugly death on the cross, man's most cruel instrument of death. And we rightly think about what it cost Christ to willingly give up his life in such horrific fashion. But I want to suggest to you that I think the cost to the Father was even greater. I mean, think about this. There's a few people, I think, that if given a moment to decide about it, I would lay down my life for them. My wife is certainly one of those. If it meant I could save her life by giving my life, I'd do it in a heartbeat. But I don't know anybody that I'd be willing to give up the life of my child. Do you get what I'm thinking? So faith of such horrendous cost to the Father is pretty valuable. The songwriter wrote, "When I survey the wondrous cross on which the Prince of Glory died, my richest gain I count but loss and pour contempt on all my pride." Cost God a lot. But but the value of something is not just what it costs God to provide it for us, but its incredible worth to me intrinsically. I have a little sticky note on my desk that says, it's not about what something costs, it's about what is it worth. Think about that the next time you're buying an ice cream cone. You see, this faith that God gives to every man and woman free of charge becomes our greatest treasure because it's the only way we have to make connection with God himself. It is by faith that we are saved. Now, this isn't a work of ours. It's a gift of God. We freely receive it. But if we don't receive it, we can choose to reject, and many do. In fact, one of the things I've never really understood, Jesus clearly said that there are more people who are going to reject God's love than there are that are going to follow God's love. I never understood that. But I do have a choice. I can receive it and have this priceless gift that makes the connection for me between what Jesus did on the cross for me and my eternal salvation. It's not life or death. It's heaven or hell. How can I put a value on that? In the second verse of that, or actually the fourth verse of that song, goes like this: were the whole realm of nature mine, that were a present far too small. Love so amazing, so divine, demands my soul, my life, my all. So how's your faith today? How much do you treasure it? Is it growing in purity? Or is it growing old and less used? Perhaps you may be able to face whatever hard place or trial you are facing right now a little easier if you understand that hard thing, that trial, that suffering, that whatever it is helping to purify your faith and make it even more valuable to you. Well, I trust this will be a week that your faith will remain strong and firm in the Lord Jesus Christ, in His Word. God bless you.